Bonjour, bonjour. How's it going? Okay, so we're on a water walk. I was going every Sunday for a while, but now it's Tuesday, so everything has changed. It's all different. And the story on ivermectin continues. Okay, time for water. You know what? If you don't drink good water, it's not a very healthy thing. Are we rolling? I think we're rolling. Yoop. Yes. Shush. I don't know, can you see me? I can't see the picture. Oh well, whatever. still something dead around here. It must be a pretty big animal, because I still smell it. And it's very still now, so it's coming from up here, I think. It's like almost a week and a half ago, I could smell something rotting. It's still there. Still there. Okay, how's it going? Hey. Okay, I have my water. Oh, I'm all sweaty, eh? Let's refocus. Refocus, re-exposure. So, yeah, so I got my water. Got a few thoughts, actually. Maybe today's the ivermectin water walk. And related things. It's becoming a really interesting thing right now. Very politicized, unfortunately. You know, to my mind, unfortunately. But got a few things to think about. See if I can remember them. One, I got to pack my bag up, my basket up, and then remember what I want to say. One is the whole mass vaccination issue and potential problems. Let's see. One Facebook friend who thinks that people that aren't vaccinated shouldn't get life-saving treatments, as in like they should just get a DNR basically if they're seriously ill. A lot of pushback on ivermectin and other repurposed drugs. The fact that they're actually using them in other countries. A lot of this is coming from the West. Pharmaceutical money, who knows, for anywhere from just, we need to make more money, to downright evil. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I can remember all that. Anyway, whatever. It's beautiful, eh? It's such a gorgeous day today. Oh my god. Anyway, back in a sec. Okay, we're off. We're off. Okay, so that's the first part, was all the ASMR. Gathering the water. That's really the most important thing. Always. For me. And also, today muscles are quite sore. I had a pretty, strangely, not a very long but quite intense candle practice yesterday with Leet, and I don't know why, but my muscles are quite sore today. That's okay. It kind of goes up and down, right? I suspect that it has a lot to do with something I might be eating, or just the ebb and flow of life. And it, you know, okay, I'm off topic, but I'll just let me finish this thought. But I find that uh, it's strange, right? Because I'm 63 now, and I'll be 64 in January. That's like, geez, what the hell? That's getting on, right? Oops, that's three. What are we doing? What are you doing? That's getting on, but it's fine. So what I find is sometimes I have like as much energy as I had 20 years ago, right? Because sometimes like on Fridays, like I start my warm up at 2:30 and we're done at 6, right? You know. Anyway, I mean, my warm ups are very, very quiet and more to do with gentle stretching, alignment, release type techniques, right? Anyway, whatever. But so up and down with the energy and joint pain. And for me, where I get the most of my sore joints at the moment is my ankles. It used to be my knees and ankles, but for some reason, just decided to be ankles for the most part. But I have to be a little bit careful with my knees as well. So I'm never a runner, right? But I can walk like forever. Anyway, what else? Got a sore. I've had a rotator cuff problem going on for probably 30 years. And that's flaring up a little right now, so I have to be a little careful with that. And actually, it's a great what would you say? In kendo, the left hand, when we're striking with the shinai, which is like what represents a sword, right? It's a bamboo sword. The left hand is essential, right? And the overuse of the right is a problem, to put it a little bit too simply. But so one thing is, when I'm using my right arm and hand, my right side incorrectly, it flares up in pain in my shoulder and stuff, right? So it's a great indicator whether I'm doing stuff properly. But it still hurts a little. Anyway, let's leave kendo alone, because I can just go on about it forever. Yeah, and I think I'd been saving up for Bogu. See, I'm still going on about kendo. Jeez. So I saved up for Bogu for a couple years actually. I don't know, 3 years for a hand stitch set of Bogu, and I might do a video on it when it comes in. It should be coming in soon. I don't know, next month maybe. I don't know actually, but whatever. But it's a long wait. It's a slow process. And anyway, I might do a little video on it, which I never do with things I buy. Anyway, yeah. So okay, kendo's pushing aside. Let's head on to the whole convoluted, swampy mess of, you know. Anyway, I'm just gonna say that myself, I'm taking prophylaxis ivermectin. I'll just say IVM from now on. I've been on it for, geez, I don't know, almost 2 months now, I guess. Maybe not quite 2 months, but it's getting close. It might be 2 months at the end of this week. I don't know. Anyway, and a lot of it's from me watching different things, and considering I'm not a researcher, scientist, or doctor, but I've been watching the FLCC for quite a while, and the Bird Group with Tess Laurie's bunch, and also Dark Horse with Brett Weinstein and Heather Hine, right? And at some point I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to do something, right? Part of it is because the kids were coming back from their home villages, the mountains and stuff, and I knew I was going to be practicing with them, and then I go to my mom's place. My mom's in great health, and I think she might have had COVID like a year last February, so she's probably covered anyway. But you know, I felt like I needed to do something. So the vaccines weren't really an option, and they're sort of an option now. But anyway, I'm very, I'm not too comfortable with the whole mass vaccination thing, and the fact that they were put out too quickly, I think, you know. So anyway, that's what I decided to do, and so far it's been fine, you know. I'm not feeling any adverse reactions or anything, but it's, you know, well known to be a extremely safe pharmaceutical, extremely, you know. I love one thing that Heather Hine was saying today in their podcast was that one thing about it it's complex, but the fact that it comes from dirt, right? It comes from this spot in a golf course near Tokyo is where it was discovered. And now it's made, you can make it anywhere, right? But the fact that it's this naturally occurring substance, and she says, you know, our ancient ancestors over, millions of years even, it's something that we may have come in contact with. Anyway, that we're merging into the whole philosophical aspect with that, but anyway, it just makes sense to me. So that's what I decided to do, and had a fair bit of pushback on it. And also, I've had quite a few friends who have asked me about it and wondering where I can get it. And I, you know, passed on my information, and because, you know, some places you just can't get it, like Canada, UK, as far as I know, just can't, right? Oh my god, just can't. And so I saw a video the other day of someone in the UK using horse paste ivermectin. And I have friends in the west of Canada, like ranchers and farmers and stuff, using horse ivermectin. And as far as I can tell, as long as you can actually check the ingredients, right? Because there's also news about people taking it and getting seriously ill from it, right? But this fellow in the UK did a good video showing you can actually, with these, you know, veterinary drugs, you can actually look into what's in them, right? And the stuff that he chose to take was all fine for human consumption, right? But that is a good warning to be careful with that, right? Because you just need to do your research and be serious. I'm not recommending it, of course. I'm not recommending any of this. I'm just saying what I'm doing and what I think makes sense for me, right? And up to now, I've been like, listen, if the vaccines are what you think is best for you, go for it. Do it. I'm a little bit not so sure now about my position on that, but I'll stick with it, you know, because it's, you know, we have to make choices for our own health and bodies. That's my main point, right? Yeah, so anyway, so some friends have been asking me about it. So that's what I've been doing. So far, so good. I don't know. Hard to say. Like, I have a lot of doubt as well, because there's a lot of pushback and a lot of, I don't know. But the thing is, the reason that I'll move on to this one friend who has said that everyone has to get the vaccine, including little kids, right? I mean, I don't know. But and she just said in a Facebook post, anyone who's not vaccinated, she thinks should just be given a DNR, right? Do not resuscitate, which I assume to mean no treatment, basically, right? No ventilators or whatever that they use, you know. And that's where I start thinking, okay, this is where the whole vaccination thing and mass vaccination thing starts to edge into the evil side, right? Is that really where you want to go with this, you know? And then there's something I've been watching, and it's just, I don't know what to say about it, but the thought has occurred to me that a lot of the people that seem to be seeing, I mean, I'm talking about people like that are really lefty, kind of woke, kind of super politically correct and all that, right? I have a lot of friends in that camp, but you know, a lot of my friends are artists and stuff, right? So that's why. But not all my friends, right? I have a lot of friends from my horse times that don't fall into that category, right? And what's interesting is that also confirms my little suspicions creeping up. Oh, wow, such a great day. And that is, it seems to me like the most lefty, hardcore like woke, whatever word, stupid word you want to use, right? Are also the ones that are really lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. Everyone has to get the vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. You know what I mean? Like, and really rigid. And I'm going to use the word authoritarian about it. Like anyone that tells you that you have to get an experimental drug, that's authoritarian thinking, right? That's fundamentalist thinking. I think it's all that, and that's freaking me out a little, right? Because in those circles, it's like, you know, socialism isn't communism. It's not the same thing. Just because you're a socialist doesn't mean you're a communist. And then that's what starts coming out of their mouths. Everyone should be locked down. We should just have a lockdown like they did in China. Or they freaking welding the door shut, right? I don't know what to say. And on the other hand, the people that I know that are more, I don't like using right and left. It's sort of not really applicable, I think, now. And I'm going to use it just for the simplicity's sake. So those friends are all like, screw that, man. You know, we're going to take the horse paste. You know what I mean? You're not forcing any of your experimental shit on us. Do you know what I mean? I totally, it's really interesting. And also, people think, oh, the right wing, they're all Nazis. This is bullshit. Everyone that I know are like, I'm just going to do what I think's right for me. And on top of it, most of them, that as far as I can see, think that about others, right? I mean, maybe someone might think it's really stupid to take the vaccine. I don't know, but nonetheless, it does seem to be the lefties that are really more, I don't know, that's too generalized, I know, there's lots of exceptions. But, you know, I had one friend, this was quite a few months ago, says, Catherine, you should get the vaccine because then you won't die. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, you have to stay safe. And there's this other aspect of the whole, this word, it's bringing up a lot in the social media, safetyism, right? People are obsessed about safety, and then that ties in with the cultivation of fear that's everywhere. Do you know? Don't say. I'm just throwing out thoughts here. I'd love to hear what anyone else thinks, right? Yeah. And the coercion and stuff. It just seems really fishy to me. It felt fishy right from the beginning, right? When they were rolling out these different... Are they vaccines? I guess they sort of are. Are they drugs? I don't know. What are they? You know, and there's a common trope where people say, oh, well, you know, what, do you think that smallpox and polio were a bad thing to create? And it's like, oh my God, that's a completely different story, right? Surely we know it's not, you can't compare them. Anyway, enough of that. What else was I going to go on about? Shoot, I had some other things. Oh, typical, eh? Well, at least I got a few out. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you could just rattle on forever about money and being beholden to shareholders, all that stuff, right? At the very least, it's much more complex than just take it. Anyway, so friends that think, that little example put aside, I still think that it's important to out and do what you think is right. I really do believe this, you know. Like I have some friends that wanted to get the vaccine because it'll allow them to travel, right? And they need to travel and they need to work and whatever, and it's been rough for a lot of people not being able to do what they love to do and stuff, And a lot of them are artists, and travel is a part of that in a lot of cases, you know. So I totally get that, right? I mean, I just to counter my own statement, I do sort of think, well, I don't know, like I'm taking a vaccine so that I can travel. Let's reword it. I'm taking this experimental vaccine that has only an emergency use authorization that's under question because the authorizations a number of people are pointing out should not have been given because there are actual treatments. Point being the point. You see what I mean? So it's not really about so much about yeah, I'm taking it so that I think it's the best thing for my health and stuff. It's like I'm taking it so I can travel, right? And then who knows where it's going to go with those things, vaccine passports people talk about. I sort of agree with my friend Su Cheng. It's like, it's probably not going to really happen because it's just too big, too much to try and... Oh, there's a beautiful house down there. Oh wow. Ooh, that'd be really damp down there, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? It's too big a world to... But who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I think that whole idea of the passport thing is ridiculous. But I think my friend Su Chang and I just like, yeah, well, I'm not going to travel until they sort of work this through, you know? Might be a few years. Wow. A tree came down here. Let's just clear this. Right on my... Whoosh. Moving rocks. Get out of the way. Jesus, Murphy. Don't want to send the rock down the hill because there could be people down there. I don't think there is, but you don't want to throw a rock. Oh shit, there it goes. Stop. Okay, good. Yeah, you know what's really interesting? If you watch my other water walks, there's this spot right here which I always call the Rock of Transition, and it's like that's coming down. Then here, quite often I'll do a video of just me walking, and then I'll switch over to so you can see me. This time it's all me. Anyway, but what's funny is that Rock of Transition right there was completely covered with all kinds of debris falling down from the trees from the last storm. It's like, wow, that's sort of interesting. The tree decided to throw all their branches on the Rock of Transition. Ooh, that could be pretty deep, you know. Yeah. Anyway. And also told me that I was here a week last Sunday, and there was enough debris on that someone would have cleared it out. They wouldn't have just walked over it. So it makes me think, oh wow, no one's been here since the storm at least, which was last Wednesday, I guess. So almost a week. No one's been up this trail, I think. Anyway, enough of this. As usual, I just feel just blabbing away. I don't know. Anyway, any thoughts, comments, and stuff? I'd love to hear it. Maybe I'm gonna walk home, and this next part's on the road. And maybe I'll do some videos of the guys working on the lines. It's quite amazing. We have no power today because they're working on putting up new poles and lines and stuff in the power, but electricity. So I might do some videoing and thoughts and yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll catch you on the flip side. Ciao. Yeah. So here we go. The electrical guys are working away. See, now they're attaching lines they're taking lines off these towers and putting them onto these new ones. It's a big mess here. Hard to know what's what. But you can see they're up in the air. So anyway, no power today. I think the idea is to make it, the electrical lines, I don't know, right? Because it's hard for me to know what's going on, right? But it's somehow to make the electrical system more stable, and whether that means new lines and new whatever these transformer things are, etc., etc., you know? I think that might be what's going on. And they've been cutting trees along the edges of the new poles so that don't bring the wires down. สวัสดีค่ะสบายดีไหมคะ Wow. Yeah. So these guys, what they do, okay, on their boots, they strap on these things with spikes in them, and the spikes go into the holes in the poles, and that's how that they do. They just like scramble up. It's like, oh, better them than me. I'm like an on the ground person, you know. Oh, สวัสดีค่ะ สบายดีไหมคะเก่งนะใช่ฉันทำเองวิดีโอว้าวคุณสบายดีไหมดีจ้ะน้ำอ่ะใช่เอาน้ำใช่ว้าววันนี้ไฟดับใช่ไหมไฟดับที่นี่เลยว้าวใช่ได้ขอโทษครับใช่ทำวิดีโอใช่โอเคพอขอบคุณค่ะแล้วไลฟ์ซีอยู่แล้วพบกันใหม่ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะบายบาย Oh, he's such an anyway. I love all my neighbors, you know. He's lives just right here with his daughter and family, I guess, her family. Although I'm not sure. I don't see. Anyway, whatever. Not sure the details, but he's such a lovely man, you know. And a number of times I've helped fix bowed instrument saw, I guess maybe it is. For him, helped him put new strings on and stuff. Hey, Spidey Micah! And yeah, always happy to help. Hey, and it's like, you know, a little thing I can do to help out people. I don't charge any money, of course, and just fix things up if they need. Anyway, I like to do that. Feels like you're giving back a bit, eh? There's a walk along. We're on the road anyway. This homestay's been here right from the beginning. There's a lot of them are newer, but this one's been here a while. And where else are we going? A little tricky now. They made a really nice restaurant here, but of course, in the COVID and all the different, you know, shutting down the restaurants and things, and tourists not coming up, mostly I guess the issue. A lot of the restaurants have just been shut, and you know, people having a difficult time, I don't doubt. But you know, yeah. Anyway, look at all the lions everywhere. Anyway, these are new poles here, right? They just look a lot more. I don't know anything about electricity. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like it might be better. Assuming it is. Oh, do you see this house? Such a beautiful house, right? And you can see how it's all, the decking is collapsing. The house itself looks okay though, but all the deck that's exposed, you know, but you can just see it's falling apart. There were stairs going up there that I guess just fell down, and too bad. What a beautiful place. But, yeah. And this place, this is the garret. This is another place that was just sort of left, and it was nothing was happening with it, and then the fellow that owns it, he and his wife fixed it up into this really beautiful place. It's a little, yeah, it's really nice. Anyway, but of course they too are not getting people. Oh, some electrical workers. Oh, สวัสดีค่ะ Oh, gang mine. Anyway, okay, so I sort of remembered actually some sort of related. Wow, look at that sky. I just can't freaking believe it. Anyway, middle of the rainy season. Enjoy it while it's here, eh? The other thing that's really struck me about this whole time is, and I'm really perturbed about it, actually. Oh, a lot of it's perturbing. Anyway, let me stick to topic. It's really clear that the vast majority of people sort of dying, and I don't know about the long COVID thing, but people perishing and stuff have a lot of other health problems, right? So nowhere, I have not seen anywhere, here, the West, whatever, I see nothing about encouraging the people to lose weight, to try and eat healthy, to try this chance to change how they live their lives, right? I know that it's a difficult thing, right? It's not so easy as just saying it. But I see nothing to encourage that, and I find that really weird. Why wouldn't you? When it's obvious that it makes a huge difference, right? But it also seems obvious that it's following a certain trajectory, right? Oops. Smiling at the motorbikers. Nice people are coming up though. Yeah, so this is something that's... It's almost as though the various powers that be have just decided to put all their eggs in one basket, right? So anything like other treatments, say, you know, treatments, prophylaxis treatment possibilities, etc., are basically not only being pushed aside, but it seems to be actively being suppressed at one level or another, right? Yeah, and I think the whole thing with health, personal health, is that too. And you know, part of that to me is, okay, what is there in this that's saying, we don't want you, am I overdoing it by saying this? We don't want you to take personal responsibility for your own health, for your own life. We want you to just take this thing, and then you'll be safe. Safe, so safetyism, right? That's sort of new buzzword. Anyway, can you see what I'm trying to get at? It's this whole idea of like, well, okay, do what we. Is it a discouragement of taking personal responsibility for our own welfare? Is that part of this? I don't know. You think terms that they're throwing around like the Great Reset, you know, how about that for a new reset? Just trying to improve our health and live a, you know, all that stuff. Again, not so simple, I know. But, don't know. Oh, more electrical stuff coming. Here we go. Working on the poles. Oh, that was funny. That was the Chris Rock thing. The only thing I want to keep my daughter from is working on the pole. I don't think he meant electricals. But yeah, see, they're up there. See, they're taking the lines. This is the new pole. And they're taking lines off some other poles in the forest more. Yeah. สวัสดีค่ะ เก่งมาก Oh yeah, you can see him walking down. See how he sticks his feet in the holes? Yeah, see, stick them in. There you go. Really amazing. And they're just like buckled onto their shoes, and they're just wearing running shoes, right? Nothing fancy. And you know, they're just grabbing the pole, right? He's not belted in, going down. You can see the guy up here, he's belted in. Like he's leaning back against the belt, against the pole, right? To do his work. Yeah. Amazing. Really great. So, anyway, I guess that's about it. I think this is the end of the electrical working. Not sure how long the power will be out. Probably a while. Might be the whole day. But you know, here, especially at this time of year, typically the power go out a whole bunch of times a week. Like it wouldn't be that weird for it to go out 4 or 5 times a week, right? And sometimes it would be for like a few hours, and as much as a couple days if a big tree came down, you know. But I think they're just trying to make this whole system better, sounds like. Sawadee-ka! They're all wearing that big face coverings. Yeah, I don't have a mask. I have one, it's just at home. I don't usually bother because I'm mostly up in the forest anyway, right? But you know, you saw they're wearing the whole cloth cover, right? That, I think they might just wear them anyway. It might not have anything to do with the COVID thing. You know, a lot of people cover their faces when they're working outside here, you know, for probably a few different possible reasons. Okay, anyway, I guess I'm gonna sign off unless something else comes up. Go home, have a shower, and decide what to do with the afternoon. Okay, thanks again for checking in, and hope this doesn't sound all too crazy, but okay, ciao. Oh, I just wanted to show you this. There's a certain time of year when there's a little hole in my roof, right? And at a certain time of year when it just catches the sun right, and it creates what is essentially like a pinhole camera. So this bright spot, that's the sun. You can see I just had a shower, so it's all wet. Amazing, eh? So it's basically like a pinhole camera. And the sun will move and there'll be different, see, you can see a branch shifting over in there, a leaf I guess, not a branch, leaf. Amazing. Oh, you can see the cloud, can you see the clouds? Oh, the sun's going away.